Hello everyone. We're going to talk about New York, and I thought I would start with showing the Barry the Bald Eagle video. Yay, another video! And it looked like it worked when I showed you New Mexico, so I thought I would start with the video just so that way it's ready to go, because sometimes it skips to the next video by the time I get down there. So let's start here, and then we'll work our way up, or back up, and then talk about New York.
Hey yo, I'm DJ Pigeon and I'd like to introduce y'all to our national bird. Make some noise for Barry the Bald Eagle, our state chauffeur.
That's right, y'all. What up, what up? Are you ready to go to the birthplace of hip-hop? We're going to the Empire State, the mighty New York! Let me introduce y'all to you-know-who, the one and only MC Blue. He's the state bird of New York, and that's my word. He's the man, the Eastern Bluebird.
Yo,
What's up, man?
what's up, Barry?
So what's it like being from the biggest city in all of USA land?
Man, NYC puts on a heck of a show. From Times Square to Broadway to the five boroughs. There's Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, and Queens. Staten Island is the place that completes the team.
Coast to coast, state to state, we're gonna tell you about a place and what makes it great. So just fly with me, just fly with me, just fly with me. Come on, fly with me. Yo, Blue, I love this town. Can you tell me about what else is around?
Throughout the city, there's a baby born every 4 minutes.
Really?
That's a lot of babies, isn't it? And everyone's different, but gets a chance. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. We got Chinatown and Little Italy.
Okay,
New York is known for its diversity.
okay.
You wanna know something crazy? It used to be the nation's capital in 1789.
Coast to coast, state to state, we're gonna tell you about a place and what makes it great. So just fly with me, just fly with me, just fly with me. Come on, fly with me.
New York State is the third largest state population in the country with almost 20 million people behind Texas and California.
Wow,
New York is also the third largest economy behind the same two states.
I didn't know that.
You know what we produce more than any other state though?
What?
Blue cabbage! We got Niagara Falls with the waterfalls with the highest flow rate in the world, y'all. And our capital is Albany. Our second biggest city is Buffalo, home of the chicken wing. Our state flower is the rose. The winter is cold. State animals, the beaver, you can leave it to those. Got the Great Lakes, the Atlantic coast. It's New York, baby, the place that I love most.
All right, coast to coast, state to state, we're gonna tell you about a place and what makes it great. So just fly with me, just fly with me, just fly with me. Come on, fly with me. Coast to coast, state to state, we're gonna tell you about a place and what makes it great. So just fly with me, just fly with me, just fly with me. Come on, fly with me. Well, thank you, Blue. Those are all incredible facts.
No problem, Barry. Call me anytime.
All right. That's fun. We love our bird videos, don't we? And New York, what a great place. I've been there. I've been to New York City. I've been to the upper state of New York on my old trips. It's beautiful. Countryside, and then of course New York City is something you have to see if you haven't. I definitely want to go back, not right now in these times, but hopefully soon, because there is a lot to see. It's really, really neat. Let's look at our slideshow. Most of the pictures they feature, I noticed, are just of New York City. And yes, New York City's a big deal, but I do have to say that there's a lot to New York, not just New York City. So just keep that in mind. I don't think they do a very good job of a sampling of photos of the whole state. It's mainly just New York City. But what are you going to do? So the Statue of Liberty, as you can see here, this was a gift from the people of France and arrived to the U.S. in 214 crates. It was assembled and then unveiled in New York Harbor in 1886. So this shows a little bit of the skyline. This is the Chrysler Building. Sometimes people get the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building mixed up. They're both very unique and very, very cool. Statue of Liberty is really neat too. I got to go by it on a ferry boat. It was still closed because they closed it down after 9/11 happened. And by the time I went, they were opening it literally one day after I was going to leave New York when I went, and then I went to Philadelphia after that. So I had just missed it by a day. It's kind of crazy, huh? But I'm just going to go back and I'll go to it. This is a place I got to go to, and then this is the Empire State Building, and you can get a ticket and go up the very, very long elevator. It's very high. I even could feel it, the elevation in my head when I went up to the top, and we went to the very, very top, which I think is up here. Most people are up in this area, I think, but you have to spend a little more money and then you can go up really high. So maybe I can show you guys those pictures sometime. It was really, really neat though. And oh, my dad was so happy. That was a bucket list item for him to get to go on there, and he did. So it was really, really cool. What's special about the Empire State Building too is that they change the colors of the lights depending on the holiday or if they're recognizing something. I think they have it as lit up all in blue right now for the coronavirus, which is really cool. So anything they're trying to bring awareness to, and they can also show a projected image, which they're showing from here. And this is of a monkey, and they were trying to raise awareness about endangered species. So it's kind of cool. It's not just a building, but they're bringing awareness to different causes. Oh, there's a raccoon. They are very cute, but they are also little pests, aren't they? They are nocturnal. They're active at night. Mammals that live throughout much of the world, from North and South America to Asia, in wooded areas and big cities alike. Oh, there's those woodpeckers again. And then this is the eastern bluebird, which is the state bird of New York and of Missouri. So I guess they decided, oh, we're going to do the video for New York, huh? And okay, I guess that's it for pictures. That was something else for National Geographic. They tend to always show some promotion of another thing. So I guess no symbols, but we'll see them down below. Okay, fast facts. Nickname, the Empire State. Statehood, 1788. It's the 11th state. Population as of July 2015, 19,795,791 people. The capital is Albany. Biggest city is New York, or New York City. Abbreviation NY, state bird bluebird, and the state flower rose. History. Native Americans came to the area now called New York about 5,000 years ago. Thousands of years later, their descendants included Native American tribes such as the Mohawk, Cayuga, Oneida, and Seneca. In 1624, the Dutch established a colony on what's now Manhattan Island called New Amsterdam. It was renamed New York once the British took control of the area in 1664. But after the American Revolution in 1776, New York became a U.S. colony and then a state in 1788. 1 year later, George Washington was sworn in as the United States' first president in New York City, then the country's capital. It would move to Washington, D.C. the next year in 1790. So it wasn't the capital very long. Why is it called that? New York was named after the British Duke of York. Many experts believe it's nicknamed the Empire State because George Washington called New York the seat of the empire. That's kind of cool. And then here is the flag. It's pretty detailed. You got the little, kind of looks like a shield, and then it has water with ships in it, and hills, and the sun. It's got a globe on the top with a bird, and 2 people on either side. It says Excelsior. The state tree is sugar maple, state bird bluebird, state animal beaver, and the state quarter has the Statue of Liberty on it. Geography and landforms. New York is bordered by Canada and Lake Ontario in the north, and then Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and the Atlantic Ocean, of course, in the south, and then Lake Erie in the west, and Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont in the in the east. The St. Lawrence Champlain lowland runs along the edge of the Adirondack Mountains and the Canadian border. In this hilly area, you can see Lake Champlain and Thousand Islands, a collection of small islands that sit between New York and Canada. The Adirondack upland, known for the Appalachian Mountains and its forests, waterfalls, and lakes, includes New York's highest peak, Mount Marcy. The Hudson Mohawk lowland contains much of the Hudson and Mohawk River valleys and the Allegheny Plateau, stretching from Lake Erie along the border with Pennsylvania. Includes the 11 Finger Lakes and the forested Catskill Mountains. The Erie, Ontario lowland is a plain dotted with oval-shaped mounds called drumlins. It reaches the shores of two Great Lakes, Erie and Ontario. Stretching out toward the ocean is the Atlantic coastal plain. It includes the sandy beaches and bays of Staten Island and Long Island. Wildlife. New York is home to large mammals such as black bears, bobcats, and moose, plus smaller mammals like weasels, raccoons, and skunks. Golden eagles, peregrine falcons, and wild turkeys are common birds, as well as blue jays. Cardinals and woodpeckers. Reptiles include snapping turtles, diamondback terrapins, and queen snakes. Also be on the lookout for amphibians such as the eastern hellbender, a 30-inch long salamander. You're likely to see oaks, pines, and sugar maples, the state tree. Flowers like azaleas, rhododendrons, and New England asters are all common. Natural resources. New York is known for supplying construction materials such as limestone, salt, and gravel. It's also one of the top states for garnets, though they're used for industrial purposes instead of jewelry. And New York is the only state that mines wollastonite, used for manufacturing ceramics and paints. Fun stuff. Hear the roar of 750,000 gallons of water crashing down every second over Niagara Falls, which borders New York and Canada. You can even sail close enough to get soaked on a boat tour. New York City is the most populous city in the United States, with around 8.5 million residents. You can look down from the 86th floor of the Empire State Building, climb 377 steps to the Statue of Liberty's crown, and tour Ellis Island, where over 12 million immigrants entered the United States between 1892 and 1924. Famous New York residents include U.S. Presidents Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, and John F. Kennedy. And we'll probably learn about more famous people when we look at the book. And then New York is the only state that borders both the Atlantic Ocean and the Great Lakes. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that is it for New York on here. And then I will show you the book as well. So hopefully you learn some more about New York and you'll want to go there.